You're now listening to a Press Play Network podcast.
All right, man. So, welcome to issue 73 of NerdFlow. We are back again, but we're back again with some guests today. And we got some good friends of ours that, you know, do Comic Palooza just like we do every single year. Bayou City Geeks.
Man, hey guys.
What's up, y'all?
Welcome.
We got
visitors
in the building. Visitors are here.
We gotta put on our best behavior.
I know so.
Promise
we'll be whatever good. That means.
I was say I tried to, but I can't promise shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, we do like to misbehave, don't we?
Misbehave.
Quite often.
I aim to misbehave, so let's have fun.
Lots of fun.
So before we get into things, we want to Bayou City Geeks to introduce themselves, let the NerdFlow community know who you guys are. Also, in addition to that, Snap will be on in a few. He's leaving out of class, so he'll be on. I'm pretty sure you guys don't hear him right now, so he'll be on in a few. But yeah, go ahead and introduce yourselves to the NerdFlow community, guys.
Hey, well, my name is Jason Elliott, co-host.
I'm Bobby Behar. I'm the other co-host.
Cool. How long have you guys been on a podcast?
I think it's September 2016. So we're about to hit year 2.
Cool. How has the ride been doing a podcast?
Well, I guess an upward trajectory. I mean, we're kind of learning, what to do, what not to do, kind of, still getting the bearings there because we're still, new and everything, and just learning how to, reach the masses, reach more and more people. So, it's been a fun ride. I mean, when we tell people, hey, this is what we do, I mean, they're like, oh, that's cool, man. You're creating your own content. I mean, I think that might be the way to go instead of, just kind of waiting around on somebody to kind of look at you and go, oh, these guys, we can make money with them. I mean, a lot of people just, pick up and do it on their own. So, that's what, we're doing.
Cool. Yeah, that's the same boat we're in as well. Content creation is it's definitely the thing as far as when it comes to, whether it's audio or if it's video or, Twitch, all that good stuff. So that's like the era that we're in. Everybody wants to get into content creation. So, all right, man. So, Facebook.com, NerdFlow Podcast, Twitter.com, NerdFlow, Instagram, NerdFlow Podcast is where you guys can follow and support the show. We also have a YouTube channel. Please make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel as well, and also join the Facebook community. And if you didn't get all of that, you can always just get the links in the description of the show. Make sure you join our NerdFlow community. Also, in addition to that, teespring.com/stores/NerdFlow is where you can get yourself a official NerdFlow t-shirt as well. And let's get it, man. So kick it off real quick. Fandemic Tour is coming up in Houston at NRG Center, September 14th through the 16th. We will definitely be there in effect. So for those who are never heard about it or just new to hearing about this particular con, just a couple of names that'll be there. Norman Reedus, who plays Daryl on Walking Dead. Jeffrey Dean Morgan plays Negan. Tom Welling from Smallville, Dave Bautista that plays Drax in Guardians of the Galaxy and Infinity War. Be a few names that'll be there on September 14th through the 16th. So please make sure if you are a fan of pop culture, nerd stuff, please visit the Fandemic Tour website and get your tickets to see those guys there and us as well. So, all right.
Hey, let me do something real quick while it's on my mind.
What you got?
All right, so the other day, the new clan I joined for Destiny 2, thanks to Royalty right here, they helped me complete some firsts. I completed two raids in one day, and it was all thanks to the clan, which is called Vanguard's Garrison. And I promised some guys I was going to shout them out. So I'm going to shout out the guys that helped me. If I butcher your name, it's probably because reading it wrong. But
Gamer tags.
So just so you know who it is, it's your boy Young 2585. My PSN is Young 2585, and the first guy is shout out to XHBK_420X, K Buffalo 12, Lord Sephiroth 721, Sir Gaga 101, and Evnig, Evening. I'm not sure how he says it.
Yeah.
But man, appreciate y'all. Y'all came through for the boy. And
hey, if you got one, if you got Magic Mike 2018. Oh, if you got that one.
Wait a minute.
I'm not even dignifying this tonight, man.
I have no idea.
I'm not dignifying this tonight.
So you've been listening to NerdFlow long enough. There's been this Magic Mike.
We got
going
company.
right
You
now.
want to show your ass?
I always
See,
when people have it.
see, house broken, man.
Nope,
Need house training.
not at all.
Bayou City Geeks, pay no mind to the idiot that's speaking behind me.
Oh, this is bad
You
juju
should
right
not
here.
talk about your
Bad
third
juju.
person body like that. You should not do that.
All right, man. Let's get on to these topics, man. We got a company, man. Act right.
All right, man. So we're gonna kick it off with a little bit of comics. Let's get into this. So Venom is about 2 months out right now. October is when Venom comes out.
Yeah.
So there's been this thing about, with the executives of Venom, Sony execs and all that good stuff, don't want to make it a rated R movie, and
because
they're pushing for a PG-13 right now.
Well, cause
it's good or bad?
Yep.
Well, here's the thing: they probably want to probably recon it. The Marvel universe, Marvel Cinematic Universe, kind of just leaving that door open.
Yeah.
From what I've read, yeah, they're wanting to keep it PG-13 so that they can cross over with Spider-Man, which I don't get.
Right.
So I mean, I don't know, because you kind of in Deadpool 2 we kind of slightly we've crossed over with X-Men, which are PG-13. I think you can do an R-rated film, not curse off, like Deadpool, but you can have the violence. But I think, and this is just me, I think we're kind of still in this like 1980s, 1990s version of PG-13, where it's not really bloody. But now we've kind of pushed PG-13 closer to R now, so I'm not that upset with it. I'm really not. But maybe that's just me.
Yeah, and plus they'll probably have a director's cut and everything. So.
Yeah, that's very true.
Right.
Very true.
More blood.
I mean, they've even like toned down Deadpool a bit with Deadpool 2. I mean, the violence was there, but they toned it down from like the first one, I think. So
Yeah, that's kind of what. Also, what I partly read with that same article is with Venom. They've kind of like covered it with humor a little bit. Like, for example, for those who've seen this, who've all seen the trailer number 2, when he says what he says to the guy in the convenience store, and then he just like, I got what he said, I got a parasite in me or something like that. I think he said.
Yeah, I got a parasite.
Yeah, so they kind of like shrug it off with comedy and humor to try to make it PG-13. Because I mean, come on, man, it's probably gonna be one of those things where when Venom does kill somebody in this movie, and when he kills people, it's gonna probably be one of those transitional scenes where it goes to another scene or it just turns away from it. I got a feeling that's probably what it's gonna be like, and you have to leave the rest of it kind of to your imagination for the most part.
I hope not. I want to see like someone get ripped apart. I really do. With Venom.
I do too.
I mean, that's the character, but I mean, the thing is, it can exist, in its own little corner of the Marvel universe. To me, if I were them, I would make the same deal that they made for Spider-Man, because really, and I don't know why this wasn't done. I think they just focused solely on Spider-Man, but people want to see Venom interacting with Marvel heroes.
Yeah, I think with Venom, I think it's more, and with that point on that, Jason, like with that, I think with Marvel, they're kind of like playing like a wait and see with Venom because they don't kind of want to claim it if it bombs and it's like, oh, and we got this blemish on us because because even Tink pointed this out, it says in association with Marvel. It doesn't even say just Marvel like playing its day with like every other film that they have. So it's kind of like if it does good, okay, we'll claim it and then it's in the MCU. But if it sucks, then no, we don't. That was Sony's thing they did.
Oh, the shame.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yep.
Plausible deniability.
And it was a blink second that they even said it too. It was like if you would have closed your eyes, you would have missed it.
So I found out something today, and I really feel dumb for not noticing it so long ago. And I want to make sure I'm right, so I'm going to ask y'all. It's the same person that played Eddie Brock in the early Spider-Man movies. Also, Eric from that 70s show.
Yeah.
It is.
Yes, it is.
I have realized this because I was watching that 70s show and then the Spider-Man movie came out and I was like, yo, is that the same person?
Yeah.
Because like seriously, for you playing that role, Red need to put 1,000 foots up your ass.
Yeah, and he's also played
What did I miss?
David Duke in Spike Lee's Black.
Oh, it's a school.
Yeah, I saw that.
That was a good movie.
I haven't seen Black Klansman yet, but I saw an interview of him talking about what's his name, Topher Grace.
Yeah, Topher Grace.
Talking about how difficult it was for him to play that role, but it like woke him up in a lot of different ways.
That was probably one of my favorite movies of the summer. That wasn't a superhero film.
Wow.
Yeah, like that. Black Klansman and Sorry to Bother You were both two movies that were just absolutely phenomenal.
Oh, wow.
I definitely got to go check it out now.
Yeah, they're giving it like one of like Spike Lee's like best movies. Like I've heard that, like, and that made me when I saw that, I'm like, okay, I might have to go see this.
I actually thought it's actually now my favorite Spike Lee film.
Oh,
Wow.
Definitely gotta see that now.
Yeah, because it's great. And real quick, it's great because the ending brings that movie, kind of juxtaposes that movie to today, and you're like, damn, all right.
Cool.
oh,
All right. So we got so THQ Nordic signs a deal with Microsoft Studios.
Really?
Yeah. So from the gist of the article that I got, it's for right now it's like older games, so it's like a Recore Definitive Edition. Just can't think of the Xbox game that has the fox in. I can't think of the name of it, but I can picture it right now. That and a couple other games. So I don't know if it's kind of like a test run or something like that, or I'd be surprised to see if THQ Nordic like does some exclusive. Either they become a first party studio for them and they just consume them all together, because as you all know, for those who follow video games, Microsoft has been up on a buying spree trying to collect studios so they can kind of battle PlayStation. So
yeah, these new generations of games are gonna be like, for the new systems and everything, whatever they're gonna be called, like it's gonna be a literal battle. But I know how PlayStation can win that battle.
how?
Bring back Max Payne.
Max Payne.
How would you bring him back?
Make a new Max Payne game.
I'm saying, how would you bring Max Payne
That's
back?
not that. Oh, you mean by Remedy or?
Yeah, but I don't think they don't need to bring back Max.
Yeah.
They got plenty exclusive that it's already making them legitimate. So
I feel
they
like
are-
the nostalgia of people like an up to date Max Payne game, and
Yeah, but
it'll capture a younger generation and the older generation that grew up on that played all the Max Payne games. Like I feel like they running out of idea. I feel like a lot of people running out of idea. So this is like the perfect time, especially with the new generation of games that's going to come out, to revitalize, especially a bunch of first-person shooters, like with stories and stuff, to revitalize those characters. Like,
I got a question. If what since Max Payne is a Rockstar game too, I always wondered how would anybody feel about Max Payne maybe being in a GTA universe?
I mean, to me, GTA getting played out, man.
I mean, they're basically the same character. They were just different environments for the most part.
It's very true.
And different game setting, I would say. But as far as like the overall objective of what they do, they both do the same thing.
Man.
Yeah, it's kind of like
bring out another Hitman.
Well, Hitman is already, but Hitman is doing something on a different cadence that people,
and they're doing well too.
Yeah, they're doing very well because they're doing like the Telltale thing, which is they're doing the episodic releases for a lot of their content. You don't really see it a lot because you got to be kind of like keeping your eye on the digital store and all that, and like the digital stuff. It's more of in a digital space than it is on a physical space with Hitman. So no, they still making Hitmans.
Oh yeah, they're making a lot of money too.
On this fall, so
yeah.
And they had several videos for it, but I mean, back to Max Payne. I mean, I don't think that's gonna really do anything for PlayStation. I mean, they got the Spider-Man game coming out September.
Yeah.
So I think that one's probably gonna be a huge hit for them. I mean, everything great.
I mean, PlayStation. They're doing. I mean, I don't think they can do any better than what they're doing as far as exclusive. They have a lot of games that's only on their system. So.
Yeah, God of War.
Yeah. Yeah, they just came out with the God of War. What is it called? It's like a special. It's a new mode that they just came out with, like today. Yeah. So they just came out with.
Not only that, even they're pretty heavy on the RPGs. There's a lot of actually under the radar, really good RPGs that's really good that's only on PlayStation. So I mean, they're doing I think perfect for the most part.
So I downloaded this game that PlayStation Plus had for free today, and I wonder had any of y'all played this game called Dead by Daylight.
Dead by Daylight.
I played when it first came out. It's actually pretty good.
Yeah, that's a pretty good game. I like it.
It's fun when you have other people to play with. I mean, it's actually pretty a jumpy game too. It's fun though.
Okay, I was just trying to get some before I I just downloaded it to my library, but before I actually physically downloaded it to play it, I wanted to get some opinions on it.
It's good. I mean, that's just my opinion of it. Just playing it at the shop, but it's a pretty good game though.
It looks like that Friday the 13th game a little bit, but with better graphics.
Yeah, that's what it basically is.
It's different. Yeah, it's different killers. It's different killers in the game, and it's different objectives you got to do throughout the game that trigger the kill or whatever. I mean, it's a pretty good game, but it's fun when you have other people to play with.
Yeah, okay. Know which monster you are. So each monster has certain abilities. So most of the time.
Okay. Well, I'll give it a shot.
All right. Let's see what else we got here. Tom Holland. What we got on this team?
Well, we got Tom exposing parts of the movies, of course.
As always.
He's
hey, he looking out for
giving a description of saying exactly. He's saying that he does his own stunts, but in the background, his stunt double is getting like whooshed by this giant wave of water. And so I'm like, is it another villain coming out? Like,
Hydro Man.
Are they trying to throw in Hydro in there with Mysterio? And then they still got Vulture. And, Scorpion made his cameo at the last movie. So it's like, it's a lot of hints getting thrown out.
Mm-hmm.
But wasn't Hydro Flash? Like, wasn't Flash Thompson a Hydro?
There've been
so could he?
There's been two different Hydros. Flash Thompson was framed as Hobgoblin, and then he became Venom. But I don't think he's been Hydro.
usually the guy who's Hydro Man.
Oh, okay. Because I know Flash was a villain somewhere in there.
So here's a question.
Yeah,
on
but I could have.
Go ahead.
I just could have sworn he was Hydro. Like, I'm trying to remember, like, the animated series mixed with the comics. But I know it was somebody in high school with him.
I think you're right. I think for us, I think when we think about like the Spider-Man animated series, I think you're all right. I think he was Hydro in the Spider-Man animated series.
Hydro.
Yeah. Right.
Huh. I forgot about that.
But on the same subject of Spider-Man, who do you guys think? Because they're hinting at Sinister Six. I've been hearing Sinister Six quite a bit for this Spider-Man. Are we gonna get the? Because in the Spider-Man game, they're showing Sinister Six, but it's a different version of Sinister Six we're getting in the new video game that's coming out. Like, are we gonna get the official Sinister Six in this game? I mean, not in this game, but in this movie, or what do we think is gonna be?
I think since MCU is taking over this, I think that we'll see the classic Sinister Six come together. That's why they're making the Kraven solo movie for some reason, and we'll see. I'm sure we'll see Doc Ock in Part 3. So
yeah,
or maybe they'll give him his own solo movie. I don't know, but they're giving everyone their own solo movie. So I mean, I don't know.
pretty much.
I mean, you got Jackpot, but I think we'll see a classic Sinister Six come together in the MCU.
Yeah, because John Watts, he's pretty much sticking to like the straight comics. That's what I like about this director. He's like pulling straight out of the comics and putting it on the screen instead of
getting like these villains, who you don't normally see.
Right. Exactly. Like, that's what I wish they could have did with DC. Like, instead of playing the same old, like, freaking villains, like, you got Clayface and Wonder Woman that's bringing out Cheetah. Yeah, I'm like, do something new. Like,
that's why I feel
doing the
like
same old thing because it's not working.
I feel like in the Spider-Man, like, especially with the new one, they should have done like a Michael Morbius or something like that. I mean, I was glad they did Vulture in the first movie, and like kind of glad that they doing Mysterio. But I feel like somewhere along the line they need to do Michael Morbius. I still want to see the Hobgoblin. I mean, Hobgoblin and Green Goblin, two totally different characters. They look similar, but Hobgoblin a little bit more sadistic. So like Hobgoblin is pretty much Spider. Like, I can't say Spider-Man's Joker, but with the sadisticness, he's kind of like a Joker.
Well, now remember, Mobius is getting his own spinoff. Jason, who's playing Morbius? Who's playing him? It's
Jared Leto, actually.
Thank you. Yeah.
Jared Leto.
Oh, Leto double dipping, huh?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I guess he called Ryan Reynolds and was like, and he put Michael B. Jordan on the phone to him, just like, yo, like, how I feel the double dip. Or no, Michael B. Jordan didn't double dip, but Ryan Reynolds was just like, just make sure you kill off your characters.
Yeah, we don't speak about Fantastic.
Nope.
Nope.
Oh yeah, we got a list of movies we do not name out loud because of how terrible they are.
Very offensive. Very offensive.
Funny part about it, they wanted to do a sequel, like really bad, but anyway.
So another scene that showed up on the internet. Did you guys see the scene where Peter was being embraced by Aunt May at a getting off a flight at an airport?
Well, the next movie takes place in London.
Mm-hmm.
So,
no, it was in Germany where the airport scene takes.
Yeah, like they did look similar to Germany. Like when we were left off on Captain America: Civil War, like they kind of look like the same airport. But I could be wrong.
I mean, it's supposed to be in Europe anyway, so
Yeah, I
they
think it's
never say which one.
where it takes place.
Tom Holland said, "I'm tired of filming in America with you people. Let me film at home."
Yeah.
I always forget that he's from the UK. I always forget that because he has his accent so good.
Right.
All right. Let's see what we got. Black Ops 4. The Blackout beta is hitting. I think it's like the first week. I think the weekend right after Labor Day weekend. So they'll be doing the PC will be going. I think PC will be first for Blackout, which is Blackout. For those who don't know, Blackout is going to be Call of Duty's Battle Royale mode. So this will be the first time we'll be experiencing a Battle Royale in the Call of Duty world. I know, Young, you play Call of Duty pretty hardcore. So what's your thoughts on this? On Black Ops? Because we haven't seen any gameplay from it, so we don't know what this is gonna look like.
I'm like when it comes to Call of Duty, for the years I've been playing it, man, I'm stuck on Team Deathmatch, and I'm gonna have to play the Blackout to see how I like it or not. I can't, because to me Call of Duty is two teams going head to head versus putting me in a situation by myself where I gotta fight off 100 people.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're gonna have like squads and duos and stuff like that, like kind of like you're doing like Fortnite and stuff like that in PUBG. Pretty sure that's how they're gonna do the modes.
I mean, even if that, it just especially with the way Call of Duty plays and looking at like all the weapons and stuff from the previews of Call of Duty, I just see a lot of chaos. And
there's going to be vehicles in Call of Duty for the first time, too. And it's going to be in this mode, too.
I think, like I said, it's going to be pretty good, because especially they have to do something different. They can't be the same every year.
Didn't they say, my bad. Didn't they say they're going to put elements from like the previous Call of Duty in this mode?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, isn't this new Call of Duty coming out? I mean, it's not going to have a single player, right?
No, it's not. No campaign mode.
So
straight
it's probably
multiplayer.
be like Battlefield, it's just all online, which I guess, is music to the ears of gamers. But I mean, I don't really play online, that much. So I mean, that, it's like selling the dog to a cat lover.
Yeah.
I kind of feel that. I kind of like you alienating the whole class of people who don't like PvP.
Pretty much.
Like me, yeah. I don't ever play online. I like the campaign, and then I'm like, all right, I'm done.
Yep. Some people, and the thing is, like, surprisingly, like, despite what people think, Call of Duty does make, in the past couple games they've made, well, let's not count Infinite Warfare, but they do make some very decent, like, story modes for a lot of their games and stuff like that, especially with, like, cameos from different celebrities and stuff like that in the game as well. So, yeah, I think they are kind of missing the mark and missing the void with no solo play.
And I think they try to make up for the PvE with the zombies, like the different modes of zombies you can play now.
Yeah, that's very true.
Is like a solo, like you can do zombies solo. And the zombies aspect of it has a story to it. So I think that's what they was trying to make up for. But I feel like you're still alienating the whole class of people, because some people like the military story that they can go through and do.
Exactly.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, Snap, you was about to ask me something?
Yeah. Well, actually, this is just a statement. I don't know if too many people gonna care or not, but I didn't finally beat that game. I didn't finally beat Destiny. Finally, I need to go and pre-order Forsaken. Like now, I want the Ace of Spades gun.
Oh, cool. Yeah, we got you on that. So now that you beat the game, then we can, now the grind begins.
Gotcha.
500 million PS4 Pro So PlayStation on last Tuesday, last Wednesday, they announced a special edition 500 million PS4 Pro. This is in respects to them selling their 500 million PlayStation console, not the 4, but just PlayStation consoles in general. Everybody, I know a lot of people want to get their hands on this console. It's supposed to be 50 million of them worldwide. And I know US hasn't got any information as far as in relation to pre-order, and it comes out this Friday. So,
I ain't messing with it. I might as well. I had made the plan to actually go and trade my game in and upgrade to a pro. I'm just gonna keep my basic system.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty hard to find a pro right now because it's shortages on pros, and I don't know if it's by design. Huh?
I'm not even gonna get my heart broken.
Yeah, there's been shortages on pros lately. I don't know if it's by design. I know one thing I forgot to mention is Gamescom week going on right now in Germany, and so what I'm thinking may possibly be by design. They may be announcing something new, maybe a new bundle, maybe something with a pro with a game or some form of bundle, more than likely, because anytime you see like a shortage on a console, especially something like a PlayStation or anything like that, you kind of have a feeling that they're probably about to announce a special bundle that they're going to push out the stores or something like that.
I mean, I have...
Hey, I just had a bomb idea.
What's that?
And we got Bayou City Geeks on with us. Next year, Comic Palooza, we should shoot a music video of the disappointment of going into GameStop and they not there, not having what you want.
What the
I'm down. I'm shooting it.
Where did that come from?
Because I was thinking, like, when I said I want to get my heart broken, I was thinking, like, it'll be like a Usher video.
Wow.
You seen the dancing rain?
We'll be thinking about herpes right about now. I don't know why.
But I want like late '90s, early Usher video.
Yeah, that's what.
You make me wanna.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Not just call me the Mac Usher, where he just dancing in the school hallway.
Yeah.
All right, man. Diablo 3. Diablo 3 has hit the Switch. Did it come out this week? I know I've been seeing gameplay every day. I want to say maybe tomorrow is when it hits.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Yes,
okay.
tomorrow.
So I saw gameplay from it. I don't know if anybody else has seen it. It plays pretty good, considering that a game like, for example, WWE 2K18 that came out on the Switch was a freaking disaster.
Horrible.
Oh, yes.
Horrible.
Yeah.
Man, I'm gonna tell you something. Like if I was to buy Diablo, I could only play it at home on my Switch because the battery life on the Switch is not conducive to a game like Diablo.
I forgot to tell you this.
Oh, they're
coming out with battery packs.
Yeah, I was about to say they have a battery pack coming out. Yeah.
All right, good. That's all I need to know.
Are they like the old school Game Gear battery packs?
Something like that. Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Something similar to that.
All right.
Because
I'm
gonna need a battery pack when Super Smash Brothers drop.
Everybody is.
Everybody is. Everybody is on that one. But yeah, I'm really surprised on Diablo 3. I looked at a lot of the gameplay, and I'm really surprised as far as like I was kind of skeptical. Primarily being the fact that if you play any Diablo game, you know how many enemies can show up on screen, and that's a lot of processing going on to kind of make that happen. And I'm wondering, is there any like stuttering or glitching when it comes to those type of when you're going into dungeons and all that stuff in Diablo? So
apparently, according to reviews, it holds up.
Yeah, they need to do whatever. The makers of Diablo need to show them how to do that for some other games on the Switch, because everybody they be having limitations. You can make
the only game that really frame rate issue they really had issue with was NBA 2K a little bit at first, and then the update came out and they fixed it. WWE they never fixed that. I mean,
they never fixed that. They just left it the way it was.
Doom ran extremely well. Actually, 60 frames a second, which is crazy. So it's certain games. So, but I'm sure. I mean, looking at gameplay and the reviews, it runs pretty smooth.
Okay. Speaking of WB2K, WB2K19, I know we forgot to talk about this last week. Introducing a tower mode to the franchise, which is something very, very new. And it's also going to coincide with the $1 million challenge that they'll be having going down for the going against AJ Styles in the very end.
Yeah, they used to have those $1 million challenges with MLB 2K.
Yeah, mm-hmm.
They haven't had in a while.
Actually, they did. Yeah, actually, MLB 2K, I think.
MLB kind of started the whole thing, so they're doing that with the 2K19 franchise. Saw some screenshots from the reveal and all that. Looks pretty good. I mean, it's very different. It just gives you. W2K for me is like Madden for other people, where they play it year round. It's something that I constantly boot up year round until the next one comes out.
Yeah, you do.
Yes, very, very much so. In addition to that, too, we also got the news for there was rumors going around that there was going to be a showcase mode was going to be returning to the franchise as well.
Daniel.
I saw the screenshots of that one. I like it.
Yeah, I've seen the video. They had it on YouTube.
Mm-hmm. What I'm really surprised is they actually used the first. I think it was like, I guess you could say. I guess in back then you could say like a squash match between him and John Cena when he wrestled in long pants back then.
Yeah, Velocity, right?
And he was known as his ROH name, Bryan Danielson. So I thought that was pretty cool when I saw that, and so we're gonna have a bunch of different versions of Daniel Bryan in this game as well. And then as far as with like showcase mode, I know for those who play W2K or follow WWE in general, what else do you think they're gonna be announcing for the franchise? I know roster reveal is supposed to be happening very soon. That's what I'm kind of anticipating right now as far as the roster reveal. To see what the roster looks like. Of course.
I feel like they're going to announce maybe more match types, or probably more mechanics for certain matches that we still we'll still be playing, and we still got issues with. That just ain't the real thing. So sometimes we might get the more exact type of matches, I guess you can say, that we don't normally get in a regular 2K game. We want, just like in a real life WWE event that we've been complaining about most of the time. So
like a real Survivor Series. 5-on-5, not 4-on-4 or 3-on-3.
Right. Give us something like that to make it more realer. So hopefully we can get that this year.
Yeah, I'm still crossing my fingers for custom tracks.
Yeah, I mean, we're still in August, got September. So, we'll they'll probably have like the GM mode. I mean, I'm sure that they'll probably make improvements to things. I mean, I did like 2K18. I mean, it had the largest roster and everything. Had a lot of old school characters. Like that old 80s, 90s version of Sting. I mean, I like that. So, I mean, they'll but the thing is, they're going to have to, I guess, the play control is something that I've had issues with, because it's little, I mean, I think they should go to the way that the control for the older games, like the No Mercy and the WCW versus NWO Revenge, make that control scheme.
Yeah, I think they should that would be a very good thing to do. I mean, just kind of give people an option. I mean, a lot of games do that where if they change the control scheme, or if it's a good consensus between the the audience that plays the game, give the people the option to configure it that way. I mean, it's all it is, just a preset, and just kind of make it like an old school preset for people who like that control scheme. Because I know for me, I know a lot of people complain about the submissions. Like doing the analog wheel, and so I remember they recently just went back and added where you just do button mashing. You can just change it in the settings. So that's a good quality of life change that they added in there for those who may or may not know that. So, all right, Young, let's talk about this Constantine anime movie, man.
So, I think it's supposed to be coming out in October, if I'm not mistaken. I saw the preview of it. It looks like it's going to be good. It really didn't have that much information behind it. But, I mean, it's something to fill the void what we've been missing from Constantine, even though he's supposed to be getting his own show back. But, isn't he supposed to be getting the show on the WB, right?
No, he's supposed. He's
Well,
gonna be
CW.
he's gonna be a permanent character, at least for this season on DC Legends of Tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
But-
he'll.
And like it's been talked that Keanu Reeves wants to come back with another Constantine movie, but he's just been really tied up with John Wick.
Yep.
And
I
so-
read about that too.
Yeah, but he's like he really wants to do a second Constantine movie.
And he really should, because that movie was awesome.
And then like as far as like, so who on here has ever seen the anime Fist of the North Star?
I've even seen a live action movie.
Okay, so Netflix has this new anime coming out that's a total ripoff of Fist of the North Star. It's called Bakai. And I don't know how I'm going to feel about this. I got to watch it to even see how I'm going to feel about it. But, like, I mean, if reading the synopsis and everything like that, you might as well, I mean, you remade Voltron. You redid Godzilla. You know, you got a couple of remakes. You might as well just remake Fist of the North Star if you was going to take it that route. I mean, that's just how I feel about it. And speaking of Voltron, this past new season, season 7 of Voltron, was spectacular. The fight scenes are superb. You should check it out. I need to apologize to to Checkmate, because he was telling me about Godzilla. I poo-pooed on it, and then I went and watched part 1 and part 2, and Godzilla is the shit. And Naruto then slowed down again. They just spent 4 episodes talking about Chocho. Let's see. Attack on Titan season 3 is getting real good.
Yep.
I mean, it's. I can't wait for the rest. I literally can't wait till the next week so I can see the next episode. And I mean, that's pretty much all I got for anime right now.
I haven't really watched anime, in a very long time. I'm kind of behind on it, just because, I mean, with Adult Swim, I guess I just kind of, moved on to other things. I mean, I'm like a big Trigun fan, Cowboy Bebop, Dragon Ball Z, and I have yet to watch Dragon Ball Super. So, I mean, I've watched a little bit of it, but I mean, I haven't really, stayed consistent with it.
Let me tell you a website you can go to where you can watch all the anime you want to watch, all the old anime. You can discover new anime, like everything. Let me pull it up right quick so I can give you the exact name. It's 9anime.to, the number 9anime.to, and you can go and watch all the anime you want. I mean, they got every class from action, mystery to ecchi, like whatever you want. Like if you ever seen High School of the Dead, they got all the animes that's similar to High School of the Dead. They got all the Gundams, like Trigun, Lupin the Third. Like they got pretty much everything that you pretty much grew up on if you watch anime back in the day.
Yeah, I'm still on this right now. They got dubbed, subbed.
Yeah, they got subs and dubs. Yeah, they got both.
Well, thank you for that.
Yeah, like if you want to, if you discover a new anime, make you an account, sign in, set up your watch list, and they'll send you notifications when the new episode drop.
I got a question. I got a question.
What you got?
When are we gonna have this tournament?
I felt this coming up again.
I mean,
is that who my stray bullet meant to go to? Is that him?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I shot an innocent bystander earlier. You
Exactly.
Wait, what happened? What happened again?
He shot at me.
You shot at who? Who you shooting, bro? What kind of podcast is this, yo?
I'm just saying. I thought it was. You know what I'm saying. My adversary, and apparently it was the wrong one. So I.
Well, I hate to break to you, man. I still want the tournament.
Oh yeah,
And,
we're gonna
checkmate.
definitely do the tournament.
Bro.
That ain't what you want. I think it's a good idea to force closer to like Thanksgiving or whatever. Can we do it for charity, especially like St. Jude's and stuff like that?
Yeah, we could do the. I'm thinking about what I've been thinking about. I'm thinking about probably doing the tournament between you guys and Tekken. For those who don't know, who may have not listened to the last episode or something like that, or you're new to the podcast, Checkmate, Snapback, these guys they love Tekken and they are at odds about who's the best at Tekken. So
I'm the best in the world.
I got Tekken tattoo.
Oh.
So
why would you sit here and think otherwise? I got a tattoo.
Woo.
Oh, I got tattoo.
Shut your baboon booty.
I'm willing to get cancer for Tekken.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's just loser speak right there. That's cool. He won't give me a round.
Which
Let
Tekken?
me go hop on this PlayStation right quick.
Hey, whatever. Hey, well, if you want, we can get a quick scrimmage match if you want. You know, so I don't care.
Ooh,
Hey, let's go.
and put it all on live. I want to see all of this.
We need to stream this one.
Put it
You know
on,
what I'm
put
saying?
it on Switch.
We can get a quick little preseason game started if you want. If you itching to really get beat that
I'm
bad.
asking you when you want your ass.
I'm telling you when I want. You know what I'm saying?
like, bro, when you want this ass whoop, I can give you one.
Man,
I got
whatever.
Gentlemen,
Behave
Hey,
yourself.
You better eat you a shrimp ramen.
Where's Michael Buffer when you need
this
him?
just in though. This just in. Pandemic tour. 2 big guest announcements coming tomorrow. They said you're not gonna want to miss it. So they added 2 people to the guest list tomorrow. They saying a wrestler and a ranger. We already know Tommy gonna be there, so it ain't him.
It's probably your boyfriend.
Oh my god.
Oh
my god.
Oh yeah, Bayou City Geeks. Let's fill you guys in. Our friend Tink here is Walter Jones, the original Black Rangers. Side.
We can't call her a secret admirer. It's no secret. She loves him.
Don't listen. Don't listen to them. Okay? Don't listen.
See
We're
that?
just cool.
Y'all hear all that side piece talk?
We are cool.
Hey, sorry to interrupt, guys, but I just got this in. It says here Jason Momoa, aka Aquaman, previously met with the Russo brothers for a Marvel villain role.
Shut up.
Oh man,
That's pretty big.
Another crossover.
Who would he play though?
Craven.
Let me see.
Okay.
he would be a big crazy.
Craven. He would make the perfect Craven. Come on.
Yeah, he would. He
Yeah, he
would.
would.
I
Wow.
about him. He won't. He doesn't really say, but I mean, it just said like, he said he had meetings and it didn't work out. So.
Ah.
But I thought the Russo brothers was through Marvel anyway.
Well, this was like before he got off.
It was like terms and conditions of the contract was we need you to stop playing Aquaman. And he was like,
Oh no.
Exactly. Exactly.
Aquaman may be the savior of the DC universe. It's just how
Exactly.
Yeah, you need to tell your boy to stop playing Tekken. You know what I'm saying?
You can tell that man go jump off a cliff.
That's all he need to do.
Oh my gosh.
Man, what's next on the agenda, bro?
all right. We got one last topic before we close out. So Tink, what's going on with Miss Riri Williams Ironheart series?
They are doing a whole new series just based on her. They taking off the Invincible Iron Man, and it's strictly going to be Ironheart. Like, this is really big because the fans loved her so much that they wanted her own series, and so they bring her back out. They did the Invincible Iron Man with Riri Williams with the Ironheart, and then the Search for Tony Stark, in which they found Tony like pretty much in a coma the whole series of the Invincible Iron Man. So now it's just going to be the main focus of Riri Williams and who she's become after all of this.
Okay.
Okay. Speaking of coma, Stark?
Yeah.
Well,
everybody thought he was dead.
Okay.
Everybody thought he was dead, so they're thinking Tony's dead, and he left Riri his lab and all his robots and stuff. Pretty much gave her his entire crib and lab. So she's been building her own stuff, working with Pepper, and like at the
Well, hopefully this doesn't end up like us, where Tony dreamt the whole thing.
I know. That could definitely be a thing. So here's a question when it comes to the whole Riri Williams, because we've always kind of because I know what Avengers 4 and all that stuff is, Infinity War's out finally on like Blu-ray, digital, and all that good stuff. And there also came out on I think it was like last week, they're doing Avengers 4 reshoots. Not sure why, not sure for what reason, but they are. But what do you guys...
Tom Holland.
Well, they got 4 scripts floating around, so, they already confusing the crap out of the actors as it is. They don't even know what the hell they filming for half the damn time. So
good.
Pretty sure they got
what
that on lock.
There it goes.
Yeah, they're doing reshoots for Avengers 4. So my question is...
It's typical for a movie to do reshoots.
Yeah, it's typical for them to do reshoots, especially when they're getting close to being able to they gotta drop a trailer at some point, and it seems like Endgame is definitely the title of the movie, but we thought it was gonna be something more spectacular than that, but I guess that's what it is. What do you guys think about associated with Riri Williams? Do we think, first of all, who do we think is gonna die? I know we've had this conversation before, but I want to update it this time around. I want to get Bayou City Geeks input on this one as well. Who do we think is going to die? And is there or could there be a possibility if Tony were to die, would they introduce like a Riri Williams or a character like that to kind of place Iron Man?
It would be really cool if they did. I mean, you got another black superhero, in there. I mean, besides Black Panther and maybe, in possibly, a bigger role for Shuri, but I wouldn't mind seeing Riri Williams because I mean, now you have another superhero out there that can have some interplay and some banter with Spider-Man.
True. I think Tony gonna die because of all the foreshadowing. Because at the beginning of Infinity War, he was talking with Pepper about having a baby and all of that. That's foreshadowing. That to make you think that Tony gonna probably end up having this happy ending, which gonna pretty much kill him off. Because Robert Downey Jr. been I followed him on Instagram. He been talking about playing Sherlock Holmes again and all that stuff. So he really ain't as long as he in the Marvel universe, he can't really do too many other movies.
From what I've read with RDJ, he's done playing Iron Man in the solo films. That's done. But I think it's a case-by-case basis. I think Captain America goes out. I don't think he dies, per se. I think that with the time travel, they put him back in the 40s with Peggy Carter. That's my happy ending for Captain America. I think Hemsworth said that as long as Taika Waititi comes back, he'll do more Thor films. And I think Iron Man, I think he's just going to be like the guy that pops up in the movies, kind of like Nick Fury from here on out.
And I don't mind.
Say it again, I didn't hear you.
I said I don't really mind that. I mean, if he's not going to do any more solo movies, or maybe he's going to waiting for the right person to come in and take over. They're probably not going to recast, but until the time is right.
I thought about something with the whole Riri Williams thing. If it wasn't for having to introduce like what's her face? Can't think of her name. Black Widow in Iron Man 2. That would have been a perfect segue for Riri Williams because Black Widow was kind of an assistant, or she was working for Shield at the time, and how they introduced her into Iron Man 2. That would have been kind of really perfect for Riri Williams to be inserted.
I think they kind of foreshadowed that too with the Spider-Man, with the Spider-Man situation, and in the movie when they were showing like he was doing the Stark internship. I think that was kind of like foreshadowing that also.
Yeah, she can be one of the folks like that's part of the charity events and internships that he probably have, and we might just see one of them at the end of the next Avengers movie.
Because we in phase what phase are we in the Marvel Universe? Phase 2?
This is 4.
Phase 4?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So this is going to be pretty much the end. Like, I'm pretty sure by the time 2020 rolls around, I'm going to say 2022, we're going to be seeing something titled The New Avengers. And it's going to be all the, like, Captain Marvel, Spider-Man, probably Riri Williams, Black Panther. It's going to be that mix, and all the older people are probably just going to be, like, advisors. And, like he said, pop in every once in a while like Nick Fury.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to see Bucky possibly take up the mantle of Captain America, maybe even Sam.
Yeah, Sam.
Since he did in the comics. I mean, there's a variety of possibilities that you can explore. I mean, then you're going to have Nova. Is going
Nova.
They're going to be focusing on the X-Men, Fantastic Four. So I mean, now but they're not going to do that until next year, until the sales are finished.
Yeah, very, very true. Very, very true. All right, man. I want to say that is it. We're going to bring issue 73 to a close. We want to thank our special guest, Bayou City Geeks, for joining us on issue 73 of NerdFlow. Please let the audience know where they can find you guys at, as far as like, podcast platforms and social media and all that good stuff.
Well, you can find us on YouTube. You can find us on Instagram. You can find us on Twitter at Bayou City Geeks. Follow us there. We got still thing here. So follow us there, and
please subscribe on YouTube because we need subscribers. So
yeah, especially YouTube.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
And then we hope we can have you guys on again.
Oh yeah.
Or we can be guests on y'all podcast, however y'all want to do it.
All right,
that'd be great.
Cool. We will definitely make that happen. In closing, again, same thing for us: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, NerdFlow or NerdFlow Podcast. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. We got the Facebook community on Facebook. Look up NerdFlow Community, where we talk about all things nerd on there. And yeah, man, we'll see you guys for issue 74 of NerdFlow.
Bada bing, bada boom.